The lights are on for now. Hi, Dean Jenkins with FollowMeTrades.com, and this is the market update for the week coming up of May 1st, 2017. And I say the lights are on for now. Last week, the Congress was facing, government shutdown, got to get a budget done, all that kind of stuff, and they passed an extension, kicked it down the road a week or two. So the lights are on for now, and the government's open for business. I think if you remember a couple of years ago, that was a big deal, and there was some real drama and market volatility around things like the fiscal cliff and negotiations, and right up to the edge of the government shutting down. In fact, the government did shut down for a brief period at one time. That's a bit of creativity. There's a good word for it, creativity, right? The government's not shutting down. But anyway, the current Congress kicked it down the road. It seemed like it's a non-event to the market. What's important here is the technical analysis, and you can see we did jump up over the last few days, but could not put in new highs on the S&P 500 or the Dow. The Nasdaq did eke out a new high at the end of last week, but the S&P 500 that I'm showing here is reversing off of last week's high a little bit. And if we look at a shorter time frame, a 60-minute time frame on the S&P 500 futures, we've got a pretty clear case here for at least a small correction coming up this week. We had a bit of a run up here. We got clear signs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, of at least a modest correction into this week. I'm looking at the futures open, and the S&P 500 is down just a little bit, and gold is up just a bit. So this is all pointing to maybe a lower open on Monday, and through the week some a bit of a correction, like I said here on the S&P 500 futures, a bit of a correction down, not dramatic yet, down to about 23.59 is the target zone on a 60-minute chart. So that's the probable outcome this week. Wednesday we've got the FOMC, the Fed Open Market Committee minutes coming out. They're meeting early in the week, and the minutes will be announced on Wednesday. That's probably the biggest deal coming up. We do have some big deal planned economic news, personal income and outlays, PMI manufacturing, ISM manufacturing index, construction spending coming out Monday, and then Wednesday again. Probably the big deal next week, short of any breaking new news, will be the Fed announcement on Wednesday. So those are some key things to look for the market upcoming. And it does look like we are going to have some lows coming here on the S&P 500. Taking a look at gold, this is the gold futures daily contract. We're still in an uptrend. We're still bullish on gold. It has pulled back, but that's completely expected. Price moves in higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, and now it's turning back up. And we're expecting at least another leg in the short term up here on gold, and we'll be trading accordingly. Oil is not so clear. Oil has been very difficult to trade as of late. There were some good short-term trades. We caught this move down. We traded USO, had a really, really nice trade on that, but it looks like it's finding a bottom. Oil is in this channel marked by this upper boundary here and this lower boundary here, and it's been moving between those boundaries, but it's also narrowing. It's going to break out of this, but for the short term, oil is really, really hard to predict, a little bit hard to trade. On a daily chart, we have to go to lower time frames and catch some fast trades on oil. So a little tough picture there, and we're calling them out in the live trading room and then for the stock pick subscribers, but tough to call on a daily basis. You're better off on some smaller time frames. There are some trends to participate in. Well, that's it for this week. Again, we're looking for some lows on the S&P based on what's going on the 60-minute futures chart. Looks like gold's getting ready to head back up, and oil is a little hard to call. Stay tuned. If anything definitive happens and there's an update and news and technical price reaction worthy of an update, I'll send it midweek. Meanwhile, trade safe, use risk control, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks.